Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a circa 2010 G Series Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust. This is a gorgeous piece, reference 116200, all in stainless steel, 36 millimeters in diameter. The watch measures 11.7 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 44 millimeters, and if we go end link to end link across this super Jubilee bracelet, it is 45.5 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We throw the watch here on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and it wears free, easy, and comfortable. It would be suitable on a male or female wrist. A wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference could wear it well, and it slides easily underneath the dress cuff. This is a traditionally sized Datejust, the same case size and the same bracelet style that would have been launched with the very first model in 1945. Getting a little bit closer, you should note that Rolex has its own foundry. It makes its own cases, bracelets, and clasps, and it makes its own steel, 904L. It's not unprecedented in the watch industry. A few others do use it, but Rolex is the most prolific user of this steel, which is more resistant to corrosion when faced with certain industrial acids and, more practically, sweat and sea salt. So the timepiece features what's known as a Super Jubilee bracelet because we have solid end links, solid center links, and it's quite durable with a thick gauge clasp. It is equipped with a crown clasp mechanism, which means that you just see the crown as your sign of the partition points between the two halves. And it does have a lift lock system, so you can see that there's actually internally a little bit of a beak and a hook, and so it snaps shut, and you actually have to lift it and unlock it. So it's not a friction fit system, though it's not a sports watch clasp. It offers considerably more security than previous crown clasps. Taking a quick look at removable links, we have many of them, and they're fixed in place by screws, so you have many increments to size down. Also worth mentioning, now with solid links, the Jubilee is robust enough to be a sports watch bracelet. Previously, in the era of hollow center links and hollow end links, I would have said go with the Oyster for safety and security. But here it is now robust enough for vigorous activity. And as you can see, the partitions between the individual links creates a better basis for venting the wrist on a hot day, so it may actually be the better Rolex sports watch bracelet at this point. We have conforming end pieces to close the gap between case and bracelet for a more integrated look, and we have polished case flanks and some tapered lugs. This case is well known to Datejust and Date8 fans. It's graceful and it's fluid. It's not the super case from some of the sports watches. It's a little bit more nostalgic and beautiful rather than brash. Taking a quick look at the crown structure, it's a screw-down crown, twin-lock crown, 100 meters of water resistance. Here we have a domed bezel. This one, of course, is the 116200, and when you see 200, you think domed bezel. So it's got a little bit of a look of an Oyster Perpetual to it, which is unusual for Datejusts, and this one is an unusual combination of the sportiest dial with the rather rare domed bezel and the dressiest bracelet. So we have a bunch of interesting things going on here. Also, a lot of watches that feature Jubilee bracelets also feature Oyster-style clasps, so the fact that this is a Date8 style or President bracelet style crown clasp sets this model apart. Now, the dial is black lacquer, rich and lustrous, and the watch is well loomed. As I said, fully loomed in black with applique indices in white gold hands, white gold crown. This is a very sporty Rolex dial. Take a quick look at the loom. Back then, Rolex was still using green Superluminova rather than their later Chromolite blue loom. And you may ask, why are the hands and the indices in the crown made of gold? And that is because they will not tarnish or oxidize over time. Now here we have two subsidiary setting modes. One is hacking or stop seconds. The other is the quick set date. And you can see this is a roulette date. Evens are black, odds are red. It's very cool. It's lots of fun. And underneath the case back, which is solid, you have a Rolex manufactured caliber 3135, the same as was used in the Sea Dwellers and the Submariners at the time. Automatic winding with bidirectional winding action, 48-hour power reserve, 8 beats per second, 31 joules, a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. It has an overcoil hairspring to help it keep good time no matter its position with respect to gravity. That overcoil is made of a blue oxidized niobium zirconium that is anti-magnetic, and the watch features a full balance bridge with a free-sprung balance structure to make it more robust against shock. Truly, it is a dress watch with the heart of a sports watch, and a rather sporty dial. An interesting mix of Datejust options. This is an uncommon collection of permutations. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.